In Ark Survival Aberration Ascended, hallucinogenic mushrooms are a thing, and today we're talking about it. Spore Fields. First up, we have the red spore field. Found in the fertile regions, the red mushrooms are easily recognizable, but beware, the poisonous variant has a red root and releases a rainbow of spores when you get too close. What does this mean for you? A lovely hallucinogenic trip that can lead to suffocation. You'll start to choke within seconds, causing damage that's based on a percentage of total health and therefore doesn't discriminate between low and high levels. Consuming agaric mushrooms after one is already afflicted will reduce the duration by 1 second per mushroom consumed. Since the suffocation effect takes a few seconds to kick in, just a few agaric mushrooms can cause a significant reduction in the amount of health lost or offset it completely. Next, we have the freezing spore fields. Located in the bioluminescent blue regions, these cold mushrooms can turn you into a popsicle. The poisonous variant is a sneaky dark blue that's very difficult to spot in the blue zone's light. When triggered, these mushrooms release a cyan cloud, causing hypothermia that saps your health for 120 seconds. This hypothermia will last for the full duration of the debuff and can't be removed by using heat sources. The health loss is relatively slow and generally can't cause death on its own. The torpor gain is huge though and will make you pass out without huge amounts of fortitude. In testing, even 60 is not enough. Stimberries or auric mushrooms can be consumed to negate the torpor gain at the cost of water. The damage dealt by the freezing effect is a percentage of maximum health, so leveling health doesn't help. Eat aquatic mushrooms beforehand and be immune for the duration of the mushroom buff, or better yet, wear a hazard suit. You can also eat aquatic mushrooms after hitting the spore field, which will reduce the duration by 5 seconds per mushroom consumed at the cost of significant amounts of food. Note that the food drain occurs over a long period of time, and eating normal food will not regenerate food while this drain effect is occurring, so starvation is crazy possible. Now let's talk about radiation zones. When you wander into these glowing areas, you and certain teams are hit with constant damage. It even damages a worn hazard suit or tech armor at 1 to 3 damage per second. Wearing a complete hazard suit or having a lamprey attached while venturing into the radiation zones will avoid radiation sickness for the player character. Additionally, auric mushrooms can be used to reduce the radiation sickness debuff by 4 seconds per mushroom at the cost of 10 water each. But you'll still take damage from the radiation. For tames that aren't immune to radiation sickness, like Ravagers, there's a magic potion called Mushroom Brew. It can't be used by you, but when fed to tames, it temporarily protects them from radiation for 120 seconds. Just be warned, once the brew wears off, you're back to frying in the radioactive soup. And it doesn't stack. Pause here, hit subscribe, share this with a friend who'd love it, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. All mushrooms can be gathered by hand from the small red, blue, and brown mushrooms found throughout Aberration. They can be gathered more efficiently by using a sickle, but can only be harvested from the red and blue mushrooms this way. The best creatures for gathering mushrooms on Aberration are the moss chops, roll rat, iguanodon, stegosaurus, and anki in roughly that order. For rare mushrooms on other maps, the bronto and therizino both beat out the moss chops, with the mammoth coming right after. Fun fact, the iguanodon can also gather biotoxin from the red mushrooms, which can be used to tame yeedlings. Did you know that every light pet has a favorite mushroom for taming? Bulb dogs love aquatic mushrooms. Shinehorns prefer agaric mushrooms. Featherlights dig auric mushrooms, and glowtails are all about acerbic mushrooms. The most effective taming food for all light pets is a plant species Z seed, but these specific mushrooms are number 2. All mushrooms have effects which in themselves can be useful. For example, consuming acerbic mushrooms increases turbidity by 25 points over 2 seconds and can be used in place of narcoberries for taming and making narcotics. Narcoberries are still better for tames that drop torpor quickly, as their effect is over 3 seconds, during which the typical torpor drop is halted. Agaric mushrooms can be eaten to heal 0.05% of health over a period of time. The effect stacks with every agaric mushroom consumed. For example, 2 agaric mushrooms will heal 0.1% health, and 20 will heal 1%. Aquatic mushrooms regenerate 7.5% of your water when eaten, but also drain 10% of your food. They provide a great water boost when used in custom recipes. Ark mushrooms remove 4 seconds of radiation sickness per mushroom, although you will still take damage from the radiation. Ark mushrooms also reduce torpor by a small amount and regenerate 3% of stamina at the cost of 10 water per mushroom. Lastly, let's not forget about rare mushrooms, which are in the base game. Eating one gives you the hallucinogenic spores debuff, darkening your vision for 10 seconds and providing 25 food. These mushrooms are used for crafting important items like refertilizer, lesser antidote, superior kibble, shadow steak saute, and mind wipe tonic. Plus, they're needed for taming procoptodons. Rare mushrooms can be found by chopping swamp trees, raiding beaver dams, and mining crystal in the base game and on the island. The iguanodon and roll rat are your go-to gatherers on Aberration. One last quick breakdown. To protect against red mushroom spores in the fertile zone, eat healing agaric mushrooms, which are also the favorite taming food of the Shinehorn light pet. To protect against cold mushroom spores in the blue zone, eat the hydrating aquatic mushrooms, which are also the favorite taming food of the bulldog light pet. The Featherlight's favorite taming mushroom is Ark mushrooms, which can reduce the radiation sickness debuff. The Glowtail's favorite taming mushroom is acerbic mushrooms, which can be used in place of narcoberries. Mushroom Brew temporarily protects tames against radiation, and rare mushrooms are used in important crafting recipes like refertilizer, lesser antidote, superior kibble, shadow steak saute, and mind wipe tonic. From avoiding suffocating in your own poop to taming light pets, mushrooms are essential to your not dying strategy. If you found this guide helpful, drop a like, subscribe, and share your favorite mushroom moments in the comments below. Thank you for watching and keep tuning in for more BS.